Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading. So if you guys want to get a message from the cards, please come in, have a seat, and get comfortable. I'll get to the reading in a moment. Before I do though, I do want to mention that if you guys like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I have also linked all of my social media, everything that I have used for the reading, and the timestamp for the bonus reading. It's all in the description, so go have a look if you're interested. I would be very grateful to you for your support. Also, at this time, I am taking private readings, so if you like what you see in the video and want to get a private reading done, please get in touch. I'm very happy to help you in this way if you think that I can. So, we're going to start with an oracle reading. I am going to use this as a means of getting a base reading for what the energy around you might be at this time. We're going to use our tarot reading to kind of enhance our understanding of that energy, and then the second part of the tarot reading is going to be how that energy may be able to help you, what you can do with it, what we're gonna stand to find in this reading. So hopefully that gives you some clarity if this is your first time doing a reading with me. Let's see how it goes. So we're gonna start with our oracle, and yeah, here we go. The first card I have is Awakening. This talks about energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. Okay. We have I surrender to a power greater than me. Okay. We have the bee. This is talking about spreading heart healing with joy. Okay. And we also have follow the leader. So right off the bat, what I'm seeing here is that there's some changes happening, specifically to your ability to lead. And by that I mean that you might not have thought you were a leader, but you're now starting to see that you're kind of growing in that energy. You're growing in your ability to help people, specifically helping people find maybe a sense of their own healing, right? By healing yourself, you're allowing others to find their healing process as well. Okay, you're starting to awaken to the thought that, oh, maybe I have more to do in this ability than I thought I did. Okay. This is a quote by Chloe Taylor, and I'll link their channel in the description. But they always say that when you stand in your divine authenticity, you empower others to do the same. So I'm wondering if that quote, again, that's by Chloe Taylor. I wonder if that quote may resonate here as well. You're finally awakening to your authenticity, and you're using that to inspire others to lead their own path, right? The other part of that is that you've done a lot of healing, and you've surrendered a lot of resistance to this process, because whereas before you're scared and you're kind of stuck and afraid of feeling the vulnerability, that's kind of put you behind a wall. That's kind of made you cocoon a little bit. And that's, sometimes that can be helpful, especially if you're doing all of this this integrating and building in, if that makes sense. You're finally saying, okay, I need to let this process happen, and this is why I say you've surrendered that resistance, because now that you're awakening, now that you're coming out of that cocoon, right? You're starting to see, you're starting to be able to be a lot more joyful and a lot more open with what you have to share. Okay, you're able to work within your community a little bit easier now that you are standing in your own personhood, in your own authenticity. Okay, so let's leave that oracle reading there. We're going to get into our tarot and see what it has to say there. Again, this first part of the tarot reading is going to enhance the energy, what we need to see. We're gonna clarify why we see what we're seeing in terms of our tarot, but we do want to get some cards out first. So let's see what we have here. So the first card, and this one actually came flying out of the deck, but the first card we have coming out is the High Priestess. So here there has been a lot of work in terms of doing some reflecting, doing some deep diving into who we are, again, tapping into our authenticity and what that means for us. We've had to, I feel like there's been a lot of shadow work, especially if you're just starting doing that process. That's a lot. That's a heavy thing to take on. But the fact that the High Priestess is here suggests to me that you are starting it, or you are on the path of doing all of this shadow work for yourself. Okay, so there's our start. Let's see what else we have. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So there could be some things that you have, had to really examine in all of this reflection, because you've had certain mindsets that you've been keeping to that clearly have not been helpful. They haven't been good for you. They've been toxic. They've led you down paths that aren't entirely in alignment with yourself, with your personhood. Again, tapping into doing that High Priestess energy. We're tapping into that. We're just, this tapping into this High Priestess energy has made you realize, like, oh, I've been thinking certain things, or I've been doing certain things. I've been holding to certain beliefs that that are putting me in a place I don't want to be. Okay, and this is what you're starting to realize in all of that, work. Okay, so there is the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, we also have Fortitude. This is strength. Yeah, this has taken a lot of work, a lot of looking, diving deep. Really does not feel comfortable sometimes, because you have to look at the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. Okay, you're facing it. You are facing it. And you might be thinking, well, there's monsters in me that are too ugly, too much, too this, too that. You know what, though? Sometimes those monsters might be uncomfortable to look at, but the reason they're raging at you is because they desire attention. And I say desire attention, but in order to really step into your authentic self, you're going to have to look at everything. Okay? And the fact that you've gotten yourself to this point is indicative to me that you have what it takes. Okay? You have what it takes and you're doing the work. So, there is fortitude. This is strength. Okay? Let's see. Some hidden energy. Okay. Our hidden energy here is the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. There's still some work to do for yourself. You still have some work to do. Because right now, all of this may feel very overwhelming and scary and a little bit nerve-wracking. Yes, absolutely yes. I agree with you. When I first started exploring spirituality and especially in the tarot, I decided to use the tarot as a means of getting me through my shadow work. And there were a lot of times where I wish I hadn't done it because I was overwhelmed, I was sad, I was scared. I realized a lot of harsh truths about myself, especially at the time I started doing it. Okay? And you might be in the very same place. You might be in that same place. Okay? It's okay. Don't deny yourself the right to feel the way you feel right now, because what you're doing is hard. Okay? There's the King of Cups. Alright? It's our hidden energy. Let's see, some clarifying energy, please. Okay. Okay, and we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So, in all of this, you might be feeling very lackluster. You might be feeling like you've missed opportunities, especially where creative pursuits are concerned. But you know what? It's time for you to cut yourself some slack, because you will have other opportunities. You just need to give yourself the chance to really find opportunities that set in alignment with who you are, what you want for your life. Okay? So, there's the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. So let's get into some clarifying energy in terms of why we're seeing the cards we are seeing. Okay? I want to know how this first part of, well, what information do we need to enhance your oracle is your main part of the reading. Let's see what we need to see, please. Okay. Okay, so first things first, we have the Page of Pentacles. So right now, given that we have a little bit of we have some tough stuff. There's a little bit of difficulty in our space, right? We need to learn what we are going to need to put down roots. What kinds of things we need to do in order to put down roots. Probably the better way to say that. There's a new there are new opportunities, and you might be waiting for the oh, girl, come on, get it together, Meg. You might be waiting for the right time to strike out. Okay, the trick is going to be, yeah, I feel like leaving it there because you have worked very hard to cultivate the soil you're trying to grow. Okay, you have all the tools. You have, I'm going to read this. This is a fully grown flower, and I'm going to read this as a little seed. You have fully grown roots. You have something is fully grown in your space. Now you're waiting for the right time to cultivate those seeds. Okay. Again, you're going to have to assess what those seeds are for you and how you can, what tools you have at your disposal. Keep in mind, if you don't see that you have tools at your disposal, look inward again, because I guarantee you do. Okay. So there's the Page of Pentacles. Okay. We also have the Queen of Cups. You might not be seeing what you have at your disposal because you haven't really done the work to nurture it yet. Okay. Interesting that we have both earth and water here. Those are the two basic elements a plant needs to grow, is nutrient-rich soil and a healthy water to be poured over it. Okay. You're doing all this reflection. Remember, we have the High Priestess, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. That's Queen of Swords. I'm sorry. Queen of Swords in reverse. There's some things that you may need to, there's some things that you need to replant and retill the soil to make those plants come alive again. And this is why I say there's some things you need to nurture. Okay. So there is the Queen of Cups. Let's clarify the Queen of Swords in reverse, please. What do we need to see? Okay. So starting to clarify the Queen of Swords in reverse, you've had a tower moment, which is perfect, all things considered, because things have changed. Things have changed. There's been a shift in your perspective, in your mentality that's like, well, I held this belief, but now it doesn't mean anything anymore. Because the foundation I was on crumbled away. That's important. Okay, don't let yourself mire in the pain of the loss from this for too long, because you do have good things coming. I feel it in my bones. We'll get some confirmation from the cards, but with all of the mindset and the changes that you're going through, there are lessons in the Rebel. I think you do need to take some time to look at it. Okay. So there is the Tower. Okay. Yeah, we also have the Four of Wands. I'm going to say you will have a reason to celebrate fairly soon. I do want you to understand that the work you're doing right now is difficult. I've said it multiple times before this. Please give yourself a chance to celebrate the progress you made. It might not seem like you've made a whole lot now. Like, you might not have gone so far down the road, but you have made progress, even if it is 5 steps, 10 steps, a mile, however, put a distance in there, right? You have made progress, and that's worth celebrating, okay? So there's the Four of Wands. You know, dealing with the pain of this, letting the loss happen, will make room. Eventually, it will make room for this Four of Wands. Okay, I think the trick is to feel what you feel. Okay, feel what you feel, and don't block yourself from that. But also don't get so mired in the negativity that you lose sight of this. Okay. Okay, so let's clarify our Fortitude card here, card for strength. Let's see. Okay. All right. So we have the Hanged Man, or in this case, it's the suspended person. It takes strength to surrender. It's easy I think it's easy to resist, because in some cases, resistance equals protection. The problem is that resisting over much can lead to blocking good things from coming in. Okay, and right now it doesn't feel like there's much in the way of good things coming in for you. Again, we're going to confirm here, but I do think there are some wonderful things that could happen for you, but you have to let it happen. Okay, I remember, I surrender to a power greater than me. If you feel like you're alone in your struggle, in your journey, maybe it might be helpful to remember that you aren't. Okay. The other thing, again, going back to this, is the shift in perspectives. Okay. This person isn't seeing the world right side up. Okay. Again, it's the suspended person. They're seeing things upside down. That could be uncomfortable, because that means that things potentially don't feel normal. It's wow, what happened, right? But the good thing in that is that, once again, you start pulling out old plants that are potentially dead, making room for new seeds to be planted. And in that case, new, different, and healthier perspectives have a chance to grow. And that's, that is going to come from surrender. Okay. So there's the suspended person. Okay. And we also have the Nine of Cups. Again, we stand to gain a sense of well-being and peace. If we feel like we don't have it right now, this is what we're working towards, and we're definitely doing our best. If you're resonating with this, I feel that you're doing your best here. Okay. As with the Four of Wands, best to give yourself a break and celebrate the progress you've made here. Okay, because it's important that you do that. Otherwise, you will lose sight of the good things you've achieved, right? So there is the Nine of Cups. Okay, Let's clarify our King of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's see here. We have the Empress. So in all of this, there will be the opportunity for abundance, creation, new life. If we're going with the metaphor of planting new seeds, there's definitely new life that's going to be able to grow here. Okay. New life will be able to grow, and it will be. See, what I'm stuck on is the overwhelm of the King of Cups in reverse. Because this person, I remember in one of the last readings I got this in, I talked about being in a dangerous place, being certainly in emotionally turbulent waters, and still trying to give openly, still trying to be open about their emotions and things like that. I'm feeling, what I'm sensing here is that this is the desire. You want this energy, okay? But because you may be feeling so overwhelmed and at a loss with everything to do potentially with this, that you're kind of, again, you have a wall around it, and you don't want to be vulnerable. But in order to allow these things to grow, you're going to have to figure out a way of giving and allowing things to happen in spite of the danger. Okay, you might need to surrender control of the situation a little bit. Because once you plant your seeds, once you put it and you bury over the soil, the only thing you can do is water it, let it be warmed in the sunlight, and hope for the best. Okay, you can't necessarily be over the top of the patch you planted your seeds in. It's like, okay, grow like that. I don't think that happens necessarily, but I'm also not a green thumb, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if that's the case or not, right? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope what I just said makes sense. But there's a lot of abundance and creativity waiting for you. Again, it's going to require some work. Okay, so there's the Empress. Okay, we also have, we also have Death. Perfect. Interesting. Interesting that I get this card right along with the Empress, because I think we have a perfect cycle of life and creation versus death and renewal. Okay, and I'm saying it that way because in my mind, death is a change in the way the energy moves. You know, it's a change from one form of energy to another. Okay, so again, ultimately, and I'll get this confirmed with the last card here, but we're not quite there yet. Ultimately, what I'm seeing here is that you've nurtured a certain perspective up to this point. Now it's time to let it die and move on so that other things can start coming in. Okay. Let's go with that. There's death, change in energy. Let's go ahead and clarify our Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. Let's see. Okay, clarifying the Ace of Wands. Okay. Okay, clarifying the Ace of Wands, we have the Sun. There will be a lot of opportunity for growth. there is a lot of opportunity for growth in all of this. We just have to work on preparing the soil, and preparing our materials, preparing what we need to move forward, okay? Again, we have the death card, so a lot of things are changing. A lot of things are changing, and it's with this change, there will be a lot of clarity and a lot of, yeah, clarity is coming in. Let's stay tuned for it, I think. Okay, there's the sun. Okay, we also have, again, we have strength. We have strength. If we don't feel strong right now, we will be able to come back to this with the renewed sense of our own strength. Okay. Strength. On top of that, we'll probably have a lot of good new, fresh approaches to what we need to do. And yeah, I hope that made sense. We're gonna move on and see what else is coming for us. So that is the first part of our reading. Are we okay? How are we doing? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna have a quick water break and then we'll get into the other part of our tarot and our bonus reading. So give me just a moment, guys. Okay. So, how is this energy going to be most helpful for you? Okay. I'm going to, let me see that. All right. So, to start off with, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. This is really nice to see because now, now that we've done the work in the first part of our reading, I'm seeing that we're in authority of what perks us up, what gets us out of the bed in the morning. We're certainly still feeling things deeply and very intensely, but now we're in a place where we can acknowledge that and we can move forward. We can move forward with that. So there's the Queen of Wands, and when I say moving forward, I mean we're able to do so openly and generously, right? The Queen of Wands, we have the Ace of Swords. So again, there's a new, healthier, more genuine and authentic perspective that we're now allowing ourselves to build on. Okay, and this is good because we've allowed the old energy to shift, right? Yeah, we've allowed that old stagnant energy to shift, and we're allowing ourselves to see things, definitely see things from a different angle. And that new perspective is what we're nurturing right now. Okay. All right. We also have, we also have death. I'm going to interpret this again with the shifting energies. Now that we've done the work with the energy of death in the first part of the reading, I think we're likely better equipped to handle this when, handle this energy when it comes back around. Okay, because it does, life and death is a cycle. This is going to be so cheesy, but if you've never seen the Disney animation for Lion King, I heard the Circle of Life song start playing in my head. So, but it is like that. we're all on that cycle, whether we want to be or not. We don't get the choice, right? Yeah, we don't get the choice. So you have to be as ready for this energy to come for us when it does. Okay? So there is the card for death. Get some hidden energy here. We have, okay, I'm going to read this as 6, 7. I'm going to read this as the 7 of Pentacles. Yes, I think this is the 7 of Pentacles. Sidebar, haven't used this deck in a very long time, and I didn't look up the symbols for this deck because they're not named on the card. It's fine. We'll do our best. Anyway, here's the 7 of Pentacles. So here, again, we're looking at assessing our progress, where we've been, where we have been, where we are now, what our end goal might be. Okay. You've planted your seeds and you're tending the soil. You might be wondering, is this energy worth it? So far, it seems like it is. Okay. So just keep on hanging in there, keep on hanging on. It's going to be hard, but you've proven quite well that you have the strength to hang on. Okay. So I believe that the strength card is a repeat card from the first portion. So just hang in there. Okay. 7 of Pentacles is our hidden energy. Okay. Clarifying energy. We have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, definitely some perseverance, definitely some, definitely the need to call on your own endurance to continue going. This is hard, but you're doing it. And once again, you've proven a couple of times over that you have the strength to do so. Okay? So, let's move on to our final deck, and then we're going to get into our bonus reading and close off the video from there. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. Okay. We have the World. So, yeah, things are going to come to completion at some point. Okay, like we said with the energy of the Death cards. Again, that's a repeat. Things are going to end. Things are going to change. This could be a call in your direction to let old energies die so new energies can come in. Okay. Because this is the last card in the major arcana, you've been through so much. You have been through so much and you have worked so hard. It's time to not only take a rest and give yourself a chance to celebrate, but you know, I'm seeing a figure standing on the edge of a cliff because, okay, think of it like this. You've just climbed Mount Everest and now you're looking out over the top of the world and it's like, wow, I've done this. I truly do feel like I could own the world right now, right? Give yourself a chance to figure out what that feeling would be like for you. Okay, because you've worked really hard. It's time to let yourself feel that euphoria. Okay, so that is the World. Okay, we have, okay, came out in reverse. I'm not reading it in reverse though. give yourself, give yourself also the chance to enjoy that feeling. Enjoy yourself. You know, again, I'm going to hammer it home here. You've worked hard, and that hard work has not gone unnoticed. So you do want to say, you know what, as a humble brag, this is what I did. This is where I've been. This is what I'm doing. I deserve to enjoy myself. Okay? Because it's not wrong. It's definitely not wrong. So there's the Six of Wands. Okay. Okay. There could be some lingering energy of feeling trapped. And it's okay, but remember that you have worked very hard to shift your perspective. Okay? Because you've lingered in this for far too long. This is your comfort zone. This is what you know. This is what you're steady. This is where your feet feel the steadiest. But you've worked so hard to get the blindfold off, right? You've worked, you worked too hard to go back here. This is your old life. This is your new life coming, okay? And it is coming. All right. Yeah. This is your old life. It's okay to, again, to look back and remember where you've been. But if you're tempted to go back there, but let's think about why you would want to do that. Okay, because here you're trapped. Here, not so much. Okay. So there is the Eight of Wands. Okay. Well, let's see what your hidden energy and your clarifying energy is. Okay. So let's see. Hidden energy. Okay. 10 of Wands. A lot of this has required hard work, like I've said before. Okay. And it's required endurance. It's required standing up for yourself. Whoa boy. Whoa boy, have you been working hard. Okay. All right. But the clarifying energy here is that you have earned the right to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay. There you go. Enough said. Let's do the bonus reading real quick, and then we'll call it quits. And I will see you guys next week. So for our bonus oracle, we have Wide Open. We have the Cat, Be Relaxed and Independent. Okay. We have There's a Stream of Love Supporting My Dreams. Okay. And we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So if you are coming into the bonus reading, what I'm seeing for you is that your road, the road ahead of you, is very open and very free, and you could go anywhere, right? You also, you have a support system, cheering you on. You're going, you're going to make the right decisions for you, right? Because you have the support, and you're confident enough to do that, right? But you're also, you're inquisitive, and you're relaxed enough to be like, okay, I'm interested in going left, or I'm going right. I'm gonna take whatever road looks the best, right? That mentality has come from you exercising your independence. Okay. That independence has also come from the fact that you have been training and doing this for as often as you can remember. Okay. Okay. Let's go with that thought. For your tarots, we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Five of Swords. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. And we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting because we have Nine of Wands both times, one of which is in reverse and the other is not in reverse. Which suggests to me that you have, I'm going to read it like this. Your endurance and your perseverance, your sense of like, I got to paint the finish line is very strong. And you're independent, you're just, you have the brains, you have the independence to do this work, to march to the beat of your own drum. That could cause a little bit of conflict within the group of people around you. And I'm going to put this in a physical person sense, whereas in your oracle, the stream of love kind of feeling, I feel maybe more to do with your spiritual team and your guides here. Emotionally, there could be someone in your team, in the people around you that are looking at you going on your journey and being very jealous or very uncomfortable with you moving on before they're ready for you to move on, or before they want you to, there could be someone here that's not okay with you being as independent or as much in your own mind as you are. Okay. This could require a balance. This could require you really sitting down and talking to this person. But ultimately, it could mean that the relationship with this person may need to break down, if not totally, at least some of the way for you to allow yourself to get down, to go forward on your path. Okay. I hope that made sense. I hope this was helpful for you. If you guys liked what you saw in the reading, please go ahead and click all the buttons, visit all the links, check out my supplies. Yeah, everything will be listed in the description. I will see you guys next week. Yeah, I think that's it. I love you guys. Yeah. See you soon.